Fuma no más.
Chinga no más.
Toma no más.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 8. Yeah. We are here today with a wonderful guest, my people. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Please do.
Hola, cariños, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre es Ángela Camacho.
Oh, talk a little bit louder, my love. I can't hear you.
Don't be shy.
I'm very
Come
shy.
on.
All the energy all of the sun.
Of course.
Something like you guys. My last coffee was like at 7 in the morning. So.
Only.
And I'm a señora. This time normally I'm in bed in my pajamas. This is a very special occasion only for you.
Oh.
Wow.
My name is Ángela Camacho. People know me more for the Bonita Chola. I'm a social organizer and ancestor in the making and an indigenous in London.
Oh, yo. She said ancestor in the making. I love that.
Indigenous in London.
We are.
See that? Respect.
Please.
Well, I gotta put my glasses.
He's about to.
I gotta put my glasses.
Look, Patrick's about to take over the show.
Yes. Yes, please.
I'm literally gonna.
Cheers.
I'm literally testing
Cheers,
him. We're
cheers,
having
cheers.
very expensive Coca-Cola.
Metaphorical chin chin.
Yeah.
Chin chin.
¿Quieres un poquito?
Literally.
No? Okay, cool.
Papi,
Energy.
I'm gonna let you.
I'ma take away.
Do your thing.
All right. First question. Are you ready?
Oh my God, I'm scared.
How did you end up in the UK and what inspired you to move here?
Precarity. I come from a very a very poor family, very humble family. My family was displaced by poverty in Bolivia in the 70s, and then I was displaced by poverty as well, like many of all people in our community, and conflict within the country. And my only possibility, and I was lucky enough, my parents did have the resources to send me to UK. I came here with many others with a student visa, and then after that I switched to I came with a tourist visa for 6 months, and then in those times you can switch for a student visa straight away, and then after that I end up undocumented for 10 years.
Ooh.
I'm not undocumented anymore. Yeah,
papeles,
I'm doing
guys.
my second papeles.
Tener papeles.
Tengo papeles.
You've made it.
I
You have
made it.
opportunities
Blue
now.
passport. Blue now.
One more year.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
okay.
All right.
Well, that's what.
All right, we got races in here now.
We're getting there.
All right. Sorry. Second question.
Yes.
Could you share some of the unique challenges you have faced as a Latina living in the UK?
What's unique challenge? What's unique?
Unique challenge.
Unique. Okay, unique challenge.
challenges.
As a Latina,
Yeah.
I think so trying to be Latina within the community, within the Latin American community.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's very hard to be an indigenous person, a person of color, and trying to be like Latin American within the Latin American community. I don't look like J-Lo. I don't look like Salma Hayek. I don't look like white skin, all curvy and all that.
Damn.
I'm like tiny, skinny, brown, indigenous woman. And when I go oh yeah, I'm Latina, it's really? Where about? And I go boo, from South America, we talk Spanish, I talk Spanish, so for me, one of the challenges as a Latin American woman is to be Latin American and be Latins within the Latin American community. And then obviously I have to fight those stereotypes in the community and outside the community. So it's like a double challenge.
It's almost like you live in two worlds.
I know.
Like an English one and a Latin one.
Qué barbaridad.
Qué bárbaro.
Qué bárbaro.
Terrible, amiguis.
Horrible. Sorry, I just wanted to be
Go
dramatic.
on.
All right. And then
He's going for it.
Going for
He's
it.
going for
I want
it.
it.
He did his homework. He
want
did his
it.
research.
Take it
I'm
in.
sweating. Okay.
No, joking. How has your cultural background influenced your experiences and shaped your identity in the UK?
Wow, he's going there.
Eso.
Jesus Christ.
Otra
Otra vez, repite pues.
You wrote
repite.
that shit?
Oh my God, I'm so proud of him.
God, I'm proud of you, bro. How?
He's not all zigzag and tongues, you see.
Wow.
Te lo digo en
Six, seven
español. Actually,
circles.
no,
I don't
I'm very
know.
bad at translating this. Can you say this in Spanish?
A ver.
Pues, si quieres, yo intento, hijo.
Yeah, hazlo,
Sí.
mijo.
¿Cómo ha sido su corto? No, you fucking do it. I can't.
I can't do
A ver,
translation.
I'm going to try my
translate.
Spanish.
Yeah, try it.
All right, listen up, people,
Welcome to my world. For once.
Oh, shit, I'm fucking lost, mate.
Do it.
You know, how was your cultural background?
You wanna translate for me?
This is very...
A ver,
Dígamelo,
mi,
dígamelo.
yo puedo.
¿A usted, pues?
Primero, es más grande, yo soy una señora. I don't wear my glasses. I'm 45, have some respect.
All right, we need help.
Wait.
So
I am 45.
if you want to just come to me quickly, this is just you want to take a reader down. I'll just quickly explain what's going on. Lo que está pasando, mejor dicho, es que yo no puedo hablar español o bien o suficientemente bien porque nací en Colombia, pero vení cuando estaba 2 años. Mi primer lenguaje es inglés.
Sí.
So I struggle to speak Spanish properly the way everyone else speaks it, but a lot of us, it's a common problem.
Bruv, this
Well,
is
like,
normal.
yes, there is
So-
a lot of things I learned in English, like a specific, like, like words that when I came here when I was 20 years old, and then when I need to facilitate a worship in Spanish, I go like,
Exactly.
No me salen las palabras, carajo.
And then you just say it in English because lo que
Claro.
sabe.
And to be honest, translation is a proper skill. It's not
Bruv.
something like, like you just go and translate.
I'm trying to communicate
it's-
with you the best way I know
it's
how to.
tough because Spanish is like backwards, so you gotta say what's in the middle in
Yeah,
the beginning.
the
so
grammar is
then-
different.
Yeah.
And English is
Yeah,
the
que
other
bestia.
way around.
Like,
Let me finish
English is
it.
backwards as well.
are we getting help or not?
I'm getting English is.
Would
no,
you
no,
like
no.
to help? Oh, okay. It's a question.
Come. Translate that for me.
Translate.
So you're saying that
So say it-
Have a
English,
proper
English is backwards.
translator
We have a
here.
translator on set.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Alguien que sabe español y inglés.
We don't know how to speak Spanish.
Because we don't have to speak. Es muy difícil.
We're struggling out here.
Espérate, chito.
A ver, ¿cómo?
¿Cómo su cultura ha influenciado su entorno y sus experiencias para formar su identidad en el Reino Unido?
Bravo.
I don't know if they could hear
Yo
that.
entendí.
Can you record that? I mean, record your
You can
voice.
cover your face.
Cover
I'll give
your
you my hat.
face.
Massive.
Oh wait, let me just move the mic. I'm not even care if you can see this right now. This is some realness.
¿Cómo su cultura ha influenciado su entorno y sus experiencias durante su tiempo en el Reino Unido y ha formado su identidad?
Thank you very much.
Qué bonito.
That is our
That was
professional
amazing.
Thank
Thank you so much.
The
Thank you very-
levels.
That was.
That's
No,
not
give me
mine.
my
wait,
phone.
wait.
Give me my phone.
That's not mine. Mine is
39.
pink.
Como lo que él dijo. Lo que Yo no lo puedo repetir ahora, pero él dijo que algo que como su cultura.
Que como
and
mi
that's-
cultura, no sé qué cosa, mi identidad
Can
y
you
mi
read it in English?
experiencia.
¿Cómo?
Para que lo entiendan.
Dios mío.
¿Cómo su
Ya.
Fuck it, no, this is hard. ¿Cómo?
I'm sweaty.
¿Cómo su cultura ha influenced? I'm just gonna fucking say it in Spanglish. How has your cultura and your cultural background influenced sus experiencias and shaped su identidad aquí en el Reino Unido?
Bravo.
That's what we do it here
Fucking
in
hell.
the UK.
I'm sweating,
This is how Latinos talk in the UK, by the way.
Yes.
That's how we talk.
Spanglish.
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 All right, cool.
I was very lucky in the sense that I didn't have to reconnect with my indigenous culture. I grew up in a Quechua parlante like family. I grew up with my grandma with long skirts and with her traditional outfit in the back patio of the house. So I still remember some little words in Quechua, like only when the words that when they told you off. I don't remember nothing else that
Claro.
Can you
you're
give us an
late.
example?
Late is Sarayani. Sarayani, Milla, Sarayani. Why you so late?
Sarayani.
Yeah, it's like hurry up, you're late, hurry up. So I always but like it was super hot, so in summertime I would be like half naked, like like echándome baldes de agua, whatever, in el patio.
Claro.
And my grandma will go like, oh, like mira tu Milla, tu hija está calancha caminando por ahí. Calancha means naked. So I remember, when my grandma used to tell me off, I remember those little words. So when I came here, for me, like, that was like my normal self. I didn't knew that I was indigenous because my family like live it every day. So like the resistance and like the essence of the family was just that. No one questioned it. No one put words on it. So when I came here and I didn't mix that much over there with other people outside my family because I was born in Argentina and I lived there for 20 years. So everyone was white. Back in the 90s, we didn't have too much mix in the city. And So yeah, like for me, like everyone was white. I knew from the very beginning that I cannot compare myself to whiteness or to white woman.
Of
So
course
people ask you that, oh, like when you like realize as a person of color that you're beautiful. I always knew. I always knew because I couldn't compare myself to other brown women. I was always around white women. So like, I cannot compare myself to you. And I compare myself to my cousins and all my, like indigenous friends. And I'm pretty. So I'm winning. It's fine. And then when I moved here, again, I have a very big family.
Yeah.
We're like 40, 42.
Wow.
I know. My family moved here before Margaret Thatcher. So it's one of like,
So what year was this?
before Margaret Thatcher, I don't
What year
know.
was
70s.
Everyone, 70s.
Yeah, 70s. Like at the same time that my family is very big, they're like oriundos de Copacabana, del pueblo de Copacabana, that's in the Titicaca Lake. So it's a very, very important like town in Bolivia, very like symbolic. And my family, you can trace like 7, 8 generations. So like we are from that land. Like we are like, that's why we call ourselves, like we're indigenous from that land. And at the time that they moved, they like been displaced by poverty and conflict. They moved a bit of the family to Argentina in the 70s, my mom, my aunties, another bit to the USA, and another bit to the UK. So I have a lot of family here. So when I came here, again, I was just like, whoa, like, we're just celebrating our indigenous calendar. We're doing like offerings, we're doing chaya, celebrations. And then, like we do like our Catholic Christian things on the side as well. And then when I go to the Latin American community, I cannot talk about it because people goes like, what's a chaya? Like, it's like an offering for gods? Like, what do you mean? So I will have, again, that double identity. I will go like, I don't know, like you are very young, but, I will go like to these proper Latino places, La Mazorca in Brixton, like Guayando back in the days, like, I'm all. I'm all.
How many generations in your family were here? How many generations are there of your family here in the UK?
There, 3.
Can you say that again?
3 generations.
Give me a high five. You know what?
High
Give me
five.
a high five. Come
Can I
on.
give you a high?
Eso.
Wow, there's a
Yeah, I
thing.
still have my uncle. He's 80 something. Like he's the patriarch, like one of the pillars. They call him el papá de los bolivianos because he came here. When you were still young, maybe like back in the days we used to have like a football league in Clapan. I think it's still on, but that's a very, very old football league. My uncle used to go and sell food over there, like with his trolley and his like whatever carrying. But then when I moved here again, like what I mentioned before, I have to perform these 2 identities. Be a Latina, wear my heels, going to Guayando, nice dress, flat hair, like a lot of makeup. And then when I go back home and Holloway with my family and my aunties and uncles, I would go like, no, we don't do that. You put again tus trenzas, and then you're going to put your indigenous regalia, and then we're going to do this celebration. We're going to eat all together, and yeah, like just that. So,
Family tradition.
like, I guess it's just like kind of the same because it's hard to be indigenous within the Latin American community. Now it's changing, and people is, understanding more, they're learning more. So yeah, I think so definitely it's been like nicer. People, when I say indigenous, they go, oh, okay, cool. I actually do know this. But back in the days, it wasn't like that.
Good.
So it's been hella insightful.
This is great. I'm so excited. Are you ready for question number 4?
Oh my God, I don't know. I'm like,
Oh
No,
my
it's all cool. It's all,
Yeah.
we're all friends here.
Yeah.
High five.
high five.
Yes,
How many high fives we gonna
Yes,
do?
sir.
Every
I don't
time you
know.
do one,
I
that's
know.
how we gotta do one, man.
It's just, come
go.
on. It's just to get, that was a shit high five.
I know.
That was, yes, that was a better one. That was a better one.
Thank you.
It's just to get
Okay,
ourselves
yeah.
should have did it. All right, question number 4 is, have you encountered any misconceptions or stereotypes about Latinas in the UK, and how have you addressed them?
I'm being exoticized many times by the Latino community and outside the community. I think so it's very usual and normal for like the, a standard basic English white guy to exoticize you like no levels. Like the more they know, the more like they exoticize you kind of like it's like very scary. Not scary, but funny and like strange and shocking because first it's like one layer, oh my God, Latina, come and say mamacita, say papito.
Okay,
And it's like, ay Dios mío, qué estrés. Or like, oh my God, like you're very fierce and like you dance a lot. Like, no, I hate going out and I hate people and I don't want to talk to you. But like, and then they go like, oh my God, but you don't look Latino. When they have a bit more knowledge or maybe they read or watch movies, I don't know. They go like, you look like Pocahontas.
Oh.
And I go like, no, Pocahontas, please.
Not that one.
Not that one. She was a child and she was raped and she was murdered and she died she died here in London. Do you know that?
What?
Damn.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes. She
Plot
died
twist.
in London.
Hey, yo, Disney. You lied, man.
I know.
That's
So
messed
like the
up.
more like that kind of exoticization, and then within the Latino community, will be like, yeah, they're constantly asking like, where are you from? Like, yes, oh yeah, and then they go like, oh yeah, you Indigenous, and then like, like I don't know, there is no more of that in my country, and I go like, you come from Ecuador, compadre. What do you mean? I know Ecuadorian Indigenous people, and they're like down here, and they talk Quechua. Yeah, but there is a lot of that.
Damn.
So I know, but it's just that, like, I guess it will be that, the exoticization, the lack of knowledge. So it's like this kind of constant microaggressions, which I don't like calling them microaggression because, you know, when something pinches you constantly, at some point stop being micro, and it actually can cause trauma. It can trigger past trauma, and then it actually impacts the way that you navigate and the way that you like get into relationships. And there is a lot of power dynamic as well with like people within the community and stuff like that. I cannot just go and say to a white girl, you know, white girl, you don't know, shut up. Because
True.
it is true, but like you cannot, because and then I am that being, you know, the angry like person of color, the angry brown woman, and you go like, okay, I need just to calm down because I know that they think already I'm violent only because how I look.
It's true.
Damn.
I mean, yeah. That's the reality of it.
It's the reality.
Yeah.
It's just us. Even like us. We don't. It doesn't need to be like only me. Us. We go outside the way that we look, and people just go like,
Threats,
hold
yeah,
my
in a
hold my
sense,
hand,
yeah.
my handbag.
Wow.
Careful. Yes.
Let me cross the
boo.
road.
Let me. It's just like like I get looks if I dress the way that I dress in the tube. People goes like. And I go, I'm just wearing a pink lipstick. That's all. Like, what's going on? Like, why you look at me that way?
People tend to be scared of what they don't understand. And,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes it's hard to just even bother to educate yourself to figure out things better. Anyhow.
It's like a Nike Tech tracksuit. You see it, and it's like police are like, "This guy sells drugs."
Basically.
Literally, it happens all the time. I'm just saying from experience that I've seen it. Nike Tech tracksuit. You're doing the best. I just thought,
Sponsor us, please. That's
Yeah.
what he's trying to ask for. That's what he's asking for.
please, because they're bare expensive.
We can't afford it.
200 libras por fucking chompa y una mierdita detrás, bro.
Oh my God.
Anyhow.
No.
Back to the
Sorry.
topic at hand.
All right.
I rather prefer to put that money in like things for like our community. Like this one, I don't know how pretty.
Oh.
This one is for another friend. It says, I will know.
Thou shalt
Thou
never,
shalt never
fuck a
fuck a
Tory.
Tory.
Thou shalt never fuck a Tory.
We are making political statements here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I see like, for me, when I hear that, and things go, I have a son, he's 17, so he didn't bought that bit of the culture. He doesn't care, he wears second-hand clothes like me. He's just like, yeah, whatever, let's buy here, let's buy there. He's not into that. And I teach him from a very young age not to buy into that. I rather prefer like to put money in our community, to pay like, you know, like small businesses, to pay the aunties that they sell like, I don't know, recycling clothes, or you that sell this cool hat.
Come on. PVO caps, my people.
It's important. I think it's important. Everything is political. Every decision that we make daily is political. And like pumping the like community and pumping like the economy, the circular economy within the community, it is important. It's a daily decision. If I'm gonna eat, I don't know, to a big chain. No, I'm gonna eat to Elephant, al parqueadero, and restaurantes dominicanos, like nice food, and like, you know, to give that money back, to keep circulating.
She's saying
You
facts.
deserve
It is
In other
important.
cultures, this basically, I'm giving her, yes,
I
she's
think
talking facts.
we need a high five moment.
Yeah.
Again, yeah.
Are you gonna count now how many high fives?
No. Guys, if you're watching this video, if you get the if just basically let us know how many high fives we did in the comment section. If you get it right, we'll buy you a poster one.
Oh, I'll give you one of these.
We'll give you a free hat.
actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. I'm just comprometiendo.
All right, at my expense.
All right,
There you go.
say it.
High five.
Full price.
That don't count.
Full price. No, joking. She got support in it. No, joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, circular economy.
Yeah.
Try counting that. See who gets
Fuck
it.
you, know me.
You have to basically rewatch that
That was
whole
a good one.
sequence.
That was a good one. All right, shit. I'm sweating.
That was good.
Okay. Woo. Question number 5.
Wow.
Oh wow!
We're getting it.
Keep going.
We're getting there. Okay. How do you balance your Latina culture with local British culture? And then the second question to that question is, do you find it challenging to be bicultural?
I don't think so. I'm bicultural. I
Oh.
wasn't born here.
Nice.
I've been here for 20 years. So like
Fair
the
enough.
most important years and formative years of my life, they were back in Latin America. I will say maybe my son that he was born here, he's a British Latino, but I'm not. And I think so it's not for me to take that place. Yes. The experiences that I have and the experience that my son have, or maybe you have, completely different. When I talk, you can hear I have an accent. I love it. So like how society sees me is completely different. So I forgot the question.
No problem.
It happens a lot.
It's okay. The first part was, how do you balance your Latina culture with the local British culture?
To be honest, I do not mix a lot with British people, especially white British people. I just don't. I think so. It's just, it's dangerous for like women of color and like for people of color. It's just dangerous. It's always uncomfortable. There is always uncomfortable conversations that I'm not willing to have. I'm not horrible to them. I go like, yeah, hi, but I do not have. Let me think. I do not have British white friends. I just don't. I still can slowly like let them go at some point after a lot of learning, after a lot of like thinking where I want to put my time, where I want to put my money, where I want to put my effort. Like, and sadly, I work long hours. I don't have too much time. And when I nourish a relationship, I want it to be wholesome and true. So if I have friends and I have a circle and I need to, interact with people, for me it needs to be deep and it needs to be beautiful and it needs
100%.
to be reciprocal. Yes. So I don't know, like maybe it may look that I do have a lot of friends, but actually it's just a small circle, my inner circle of people, like 5, 7, and then I have a wider circles around, and that's it. But if you say to me, you know what, you need to come to my house on Tuesday at 2 in the morning, I go like, yeah, I'm going there. Like, it's just like that. My friendship and the way that I give myself to people is just that way. Sadly, I have a lot of bad experiences with British people, so I just don't hang out with them. And again, it's just like I talk English all day long, and it's so tired. I'm so tired. I'm just so tired. My brain is tired. Like, and I feel like, I'm so much cleverer in Spanish as well. I go like, oh my God, I don't know how to say this.
Hablan español.
Pero no entienden. No, la gente británica.
entienden
But I
también.
know, but all the time, it's just so in my free time when I'm not working and I don't need to speak in English, I want my friends, I want my interactions to be with Latin American people. Especially, I focus in people of color, trans people, indigenous people, brown people, and young people. I think I completely feel like that is super important for us. I'm 45, I'm older, I've been living I live so many lives here in London just to pass that knowledge. And, to just go, I know this 20 person. I go, you know what you're doing this? Okay. I'm not gonna keep for you. I'm not gonna keep information for you. We're doing kind of similar things. This is how you need to do it. You need to call to this person. You need to do this. This is the funding. This is the things. Okay, the things that happen to me, they're not gonna happen to you.
Because you just...
because
just
I
help
think
them out with that.
It's just opening the case. It's not even helping. It's just being like having dignified, reciprocal like relationships. Like, I know it's for something that, as Latin Americans, we're always fighting and competing to each other. That's the
Yeah.
system. First generations, like people that they migrant, they're just fighting for resources. They're fighting how I'm going to pay the rent this week, how I'm going to do this. So I do understand that competition. But after, like, 1 generation, 2 generations, us, okay, I'm a migrant, but like I'm being here for a long time. I've been working for like many years in the same thing that I do. So like for me, it's important to hold the door for the next person. I don't have to take all the spaces. I don't have to be in all the gigs. I don't have to be in all the museums. I don't have to be in all the panels. If I already have enough panels, I go like, you know what? I don't need more money. I'm a domestic worker. I have a full wage. I get paid by month, good money. So I don't need it. So like someone else needs to come. Like what's going on? Who's not in the table? Why you don't have an Afro-Latina? Why you don't have una Latina negra aquí? Why you don't have a trans-Latina? What's going on in museums? I go, oh, okay, invite this person. I have this friend. I have this other person. So for me, that's super important. And it's part of my political view as well. How, I'm going to talk and say all these political things, all these community things, and then in my life, I don't live through it.
Facts. Woo! That is the realest, you'll ever hear.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Salud,
Cheers.
papito, salud. Pretending salud.
Hey, yo, give me
Pretending
a
salud.
sly. Give me a sly. High five, yeah. Does that count?
I thought we were gonna.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
What
I
are we
don't know.
doing?
I don't know.
Fist
Me
bump.
too, me too.
Okay, yeah. Up,
No, I don't
you
feel
lost
bad.
out, didn't you? I ain't giving you no hat.
We must tattoo it on ourselves. All right, bro. That was cool. I was really getting lost in the whole.
But you will understand.
No, I was just like,
You were.
wow.
You were.
I was really taking it in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Why are you looking at me like?
I'm making
Yeah?
sure.
Yeah?
Not getting lost in a bad way. Just shut up, man.
This is an episode you might need to rewatch. Just name.
Yeah. This is cool. Sorry, I'm excited.
Hey, yeah, I know, right?
All right.
Oh God, you're doing great.
Okay, cool. Question number 6.
Yeah. Oof.
Wow.
Here we go. No.
He's going for it.
Uh,
How many work first? How many questions?
Yeah.
Seven.
Okay.
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 7, 'cause
And
7 is
then
my lucky number.
After.
Es un niño, pepecito, pues.
Que soy mimado, innit? You get me?
Casi 20 años le llevo. Qué loco. Casi 20 años.
Casi. Yeah, trust.
That was very
Joking.
fun to watch.
I mean. All right, let's get serious.
Wake up,
Okay.
buddy.
Okay, cool. Can you tell us about a time when your cultural background enriched your experience in the UK?
I think so. It's not only in the UK.
Ooh.
It enriched my whole life.
Okay.
Knowing who I am, knowing where I'm coming from, like having been blessed with being born and raised in a family full of like ancestral women, like my grandma, my great grand aunties, all my aunties. I forgot the question, but I'm gonna keep talking. It happens a lot.
That's okay.
Mental health.
Good.
And like I think so that for me, can you do the question again?
Of course.
I forgot.
No worries.
Can you-
HTC. I can't focus.
It's
I didn't
okay.
have a medication either. I go like,
It's okay.
oh, a squirrel.
Oh, unicorn.
Con calma, por favor. Ahí está.
So the question is, can you tell us about a time when your cultural background
Oh, okay.
enriched your experience, in this case, in life?
Yeah, in London, in life in general, it's just that knowing who I am, having the answer straight away. Yes, I'm indigenous. Yes, I know that I don't look like, the stereotypical Latina that they want to sell us. Yes, I know that I was born and raised in Argentina and I don't look like none of my neighbors or anyone in my school, but I knew since I was born, like since I started learning and looking around, yes, we are indigenous. Yes, I'm a person of color. Yes, I know what we eat in chuño and we eat in like different like quinoa and stuff like that. So my cultural like identity has been always there. It's been always nourished. I didn't have to reconnect to anything or like to my great auntie or anything like that. Like it was in my daily life. So enrich and helped me a lot. Like I started healing this colonial wound that we carry as people of color, like since day one. And this is all like the work of the matriarchs and the women in my family. They had to carry it in silence with the head down. My grandma, like, it was nearly forced to cut her hair when she moved to Buenos Aires. And then she couldn't do her braids. And then she has to take his traditional, like, garments and wear, like, something else. She never wore trousers, but she couldn't wear, like, faldas and mancanchas and su aguayo or nothing like that, or her hat. So for me, like understanding as well that the knowledge that I have, the life that I have, that my identity that I have, it's not only within me, it's the work of generations and generations of women that have been resisting in silence, of fighting back sometimes, yes. But it's just that work. The things I'm talking to you, the things I'm sharing to you, it's not something that it just pop up. It's community. It's community knowledge. It's community knowledge. It's like things I've been learning on the streets. I didn't learn this in books. I learned this on the street, en el barrio, ¿sabe? En el parqueadero atrás de Elephant. O sea, yo caminaba en la olla cuando eso era la olla, yo no es más la olla, no sé cómo llaman los jóvenes ahora. Pero all that, el otro día fue al sindicato y una señora me dijo, sí, porque nosotros somos trabajadores de a pie. Y yo me quedé como que, oh my God, los limpiadores y las empleadas domésticas. Pero esas palabras, porque claro, en el sindicato, I'm part of this like union, it's called United Voices of the World, and like most of the people that goes to the union like son latinoamericanos, son limpiadores, organizadores. So fui al general meeting y hay como un side of like, las personas que trabajan de escritorio. And then había como una pequeña discordia o como, no sé lo que estaban haciendo, no me acuerdo, pero yo voy a esos espacios para aprender el vocabulario del pueblo, de nuestra comunidad, del pensamiento crítico político que sale desde las calles. Entonces lo que yo le estoy hablando no es que, ay, yo sola aprendí todo esto, no. Es el trabajo de muchas mujeres, es el trabajo de muchos tíos, aunties, abuelitas. So like for me, my cultural like background, it's never been background. It's been present constantly and daily. And I'm very grateful for that to all my aunties and, you know, uncles y abuelitas. So, like, I cannot be more than grateful. Like, that colonial wound is going to end in me. I'm not going to pass it to my child. He's not going to be embarrassed to be indigenous. He's not going to be embarrassed, like, to have a brown, like, dos trenzas, cara de puerta, cara de papa, mamá. He's going to be proud. So for me, that's the biggest change, the beautiful present that all these women and me are going to give to my future generations.
Oh.
¡Ay, bebé! Lo siento, me puse muy intensa.
Oh,
That was
something else. I don't know what to say.
That was good.
High five?
Yeah, no.
High five.
High five. Yeah.
Was that your last question?
No, we have one more. We have
Still
one
got
more.
one more.
Oh,
Oh
that
my
was
God,
good.
we need shots or something. I don't drink, but it's just like...
The timing is doing great as well.
That's it,
You
bro.
got 17 minutes.
Oh, yeah, we
Whoa.
got question 7 and 17. It's all in
You've not got 17
Matrix.
minutes. You got 5.
Whoa.
30.
You have double the time.
30.
High five. High five. There you go. All right, let's keep going.
All right, cool.
All right.
Last question that I have written here,
Then we can free flow.
and then we can freestyle. So basic, I'm joking. All right. What advice would you give to other Latinas who are considering moving to or living in the UK?
Moving to UK.
Yeah.
From Latin America to here. Don't do it. The migration laws, if you don't hold a European passport, it's very hard. It's not like back in the days. Yeah, like inflation is going up the roof. London is not like the place I used to be before. So I will just say, just choose another country or try to be very clever if you have like European background. Like Italian, I think so. In Italy and Spain, you can go up to 3 generations or even more. You need to do all the paper. Yes, you need to do all the paperwork, and it's money. But I will say, like, try to do so. Another thing that I advise a lot of people when they ask me this, in social media, is like, you know what? Try to go to USA or to Germany, some other European countries as an au pair. There is a lot of companies that take you an au pair. It's an okay job, but you're gonna have house, you're gonna have food, you're gonna if you don't spend the money, it's not too much money, but you can save money. And then you can start doing your proper migration papers with that money, because obviously it's expensive, dollars or pounds, to do your migration, like paperwork and all that. I will say be very strategic, do your research. It's still doable, but it will take you a couple of years to come here in a safe situation, because it can be very unsafe when you just cross borders, like completely a precario, in a very precarious like situation. So we don't want that. I know obviously that in some situations when you're like running away from danger, you have no other option. And I will say, try to find community. If you're in that situation and you move to London, try to find community. So this is when the community comes in and when it is important. And then us being here, I will say defend community. Like we have Elephant and Castle gentrified, we have Seven Sisters gentrified, Crunch End gentrified, but still, like the Latin American community is still there. Buildings are gone, but the Latin American community has not moved. We are like just water. We will find a way. We want to change shape and we're going to resist and we're going to be there. But I will say, for the people over there coming here, look for community, and us, as people, as Latinos here, I will say defend community.
Damn.
That led so nicely into that.
That was so good.
Thank you.
So great.
God damn.
No.
Time for your freestyle now, the rapper.
Oh, man.
It's
Alright,
ready.
so, what's up?
Ya está? ¿No más preguntas?
No,
Oh my God, thank God.
no. Now it's going to the open discussion and.
Okay, cool.
Now we're chilling.
Now we're chilling. Now
Would
we
you
can.
like it though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, like I've been doing like interviews and stuff like this a long time. So it's easy for me.
Oh, sorry.
But the things that it's not easy for me is just like because I'm neurodivergent, like focusing on questions, like you need to repeat to me like many times until I go, and then I talk to you and then I forget the question. I'm answering and in the middle of it I go like, oh, a squirrel. And then, and then I go like, and it's back in the days it will be very embarrassing for me. I go like, you know what, I actually forget the question. I take my medication, but obviously it's not working because I'm not focusing. But now I go like, yeah, I forget the question. Can you repeat it again? Or I don't understand this word, or like, that's it.
Yeah,
But yeah, they were
happens.
cool. Thank you.
No, it's okay.
Thank you for the research. It was very
Nah,
sweet.
it's alright. Just, try.
I wanted to actually ask you if you had any questions for us or any. Whoa.
Whoa,
Reflect.
I know, right?
Crazy.
Anyway, I didn't start out. Anyway, but if you had any questions for us, you wanted to ask us.
No, question no. I'm
or
being...
any discussions you wanted.
No, like I think so. Like I really like your work. I've been following for a while. I think so. I started following you, and then I found you, and it was very sweet to see like young Latins British doing this kind of work. It's very needed within the community, so I really appreciate it. And I start like creating dynamics and talking to you guys. I think so. I talk to you more, and yeah, questions. No, I think so. You're doing a great job. So far, so good. No problematic. I like it.
I used to be.
Well, like, no, I don't think it's problematic. I think so you have the guts as well.
Yeah.
And again, power dynamics. Maybe the things that I would like to say in full honesty within the community, I didn't say, but because I'm constantly trying to, like, I'm in a very precarious situation. Like, for me, 50 quid is 50 quid. Like, it will make a difference. Like, I don't have nowhere to go, like, and stuff like that. So I do appreciate when you come, like, with the truth, with honesty, and, with the uncomfortable questions that a lot of people like me didn't make on the time. So, like, very grateful.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy.
She just gave us all flowers.
I got flowers.
Anyhow.
So before we came here, we wanted Juan and I were discussing about a certain topic that was just in our heads, and this theme or this topic was cultural appropriation. And you've said quite a lot of wonderful things today, and you've touched on a lot of subjects, and I just wanted to ask you what your thoughts on that subject is here in the UK.
It's a weird one.
Yeah.
Because it's, how people will identify as British Latino, and it's almost like that hasn't really been defined properly yet. Obviously, I'm attacking it at a different angle in regards of music and stuff. It's like a genre that should be now as a new established genre, because it's just basically music made by Latino people here, whether they identify as British or not. That's why I said UK. That makes sense. But now that we've got this word hovering around where it's like British Latino, I feel like we just need to define this properly, even though it hasn't been defined. We don't even have a box whenever we say what race we are. I'm on the other.
I just put you know what I do?
I put white.
I put white British. I swear, I
Mate,
put
that's how the world works.
I put white British. I swear down.
Yeah, just
every
put white.
time I'm applying, like when I applied for a job or I'm
get
doing
the job.
whatever, I just white British.
Boom.
My name's Patrick. They're like, yeah, we'll take this guy. I turn up to the interview and they're like, I'm like, yeah, mate, pleasure to meet you, sir. I put my
face of the people,
I
they got confused.
I put my gringo voice on. It works
Wait, go
all
wait.
the time.
All the
Wait, let me
time.
pretend. Let's act this out.
Okay, cool. No, that's
So,
I'll be like,
is it Patrick?
yeah, pleasure to meet you, sir. My name is Patrick.
Oh,
How are you today?
good. So I hear you're here to sign up for the job today.
Yes.
Are you? Okay, so this is just a professional dildo supplier.
Yep, no problem.
Oh, see.
Right, you see, man? Eye contact,
You got the
everything.
job,
you
Bro,
got the
I've
job.
learned
You
everything.
did.
Trust me.
Well, I will say first, shocking, maybe I'm going to be problematic.
Oh, go,
because
yeah.
I am. First, being Latino is not a race. It's not a race, within Latin America or like within La Territoria that I call La Valle Yala, a lot of people call La Valle Yala. You have like white people, like ginger people, black people, Asian people, I don't know, like all of it. So all of that people is Latina too. Like being Latin American is not a race, it's an identity culture, like it's a nationality, yes? So like that first. And second, like the Latins British, like you need to be born here, like to be a Latins British, or maybe come here in a very, very young age, like not to have an accent or something like that, and like to have your formative years here, yes, because that will change and shape your whole self.
It's
yes?
your perspective.
Yeah, and your
Yeah,
perspective, how you walk, how you dress, how you talk, the ways that you think, your mannerisms, your politics, maybe, I don't know, everything, yes? So I will say with cultural appropriation, just going term by term, like cultural appropriation, there is a very fine line and very hard to prove sometimes. Like one thing is cultural appropriation and another thing is cultural admiration, yes? Like two completely different things. And even cultural appropriation, I would just call like, I don't know, like cultural colonialism, because who appropriates the culture? Normally white people, or like whoever is closest to whiteness, yes? Because Latin American people, which is white, like they can culture like vulture, Afro culture, indigenous culture, like Asian culture, because that, like proximity to whiteness protects them and allows them as well. I cannot go like, yeah, I'm going to be white today. I go like, no, I can't. I cannot.
I know. But
Yeah,
then
like the system that we are placed, the white supremacy system that we are placed, it does not allow me or people of color or black people to do those things.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't, like the system doesn't benefit me. But then a white person, a white chick can go like, you know what? I'm going to put dos rulos and I'm going to be Afro-Latina.
True.
Because my great ancestor was a mestiza woman.
Boom.
And I go like, maybe not. It's cool that you're like reconnected, but no, we don't do that. Because again, like it's very problematic and it's very violent as well. Like it's just not cool, yeah?
Whoa.
Nah, but she's saying truth. And I'm trying to really deep
So-
it and thinking, because there's people there are people.
I'm gonna do like some like, shall I write it like whiteboard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I know that there are people, you know how fuck it, at this point, we might as well just call them these code names the way I'm code naming people. Gatekeepers, right?
Yeah.
There are people there are Latin people in positions of power, and I'm not going to lie, they're kind of like the white Latin people.
Yeah, the white
I'ma
Latin
be straight
people,
about it,
yes.
who basically keep all the money and basically fuck over anyone who's underneath them because they want to maintain and control that money economy. It's monopoly.
Yeah,
in
it's
a sense.
monopoly.
And it's
It's
just the way the
monopoly.
system works. It's so I've learned from the white man, and I'm going to use the same thing to my own kind.
Yeah.
As opposed to, okay, I've learned what they're doing. I'm not going to do that because that's just horrible. But we're going to strengthen our community and power. And that's how you see how the black community is doing better here. But that's because it's taken years and generations to happen. And you can see that happen. Latinos in America have had several generations, and it's almost like they've proper crushed into the American culture. and their Mexican culture. So many generations have gone by. They identify as American now. You can go up to a brother and be like, "Where you from?" He's like, "American, bro." I'm like, "Are you though?" You know, where you from?
Really, Jose?
Really? Oh, your last count. Shit. Basically, yeah. And it's interesting to compare because the American Latino is very different to the UK Latino.
Yeah.
We have different ideologies, different politics, different way of thinking, and it's true. There's a comparison. I know they're more of a capitalist type of, community because of what they are and what they are fed to.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
us too. Like
I know,
it's,
that too.
it's both like belly of the beast.
It is belly of
Son
the
dos
beast.
barrigas de la bestia,
Eso sí.
USA and UK. Like it's the imperialistic of the imperialistic. We walk and all the walls like are dripping blood for our people, for my people. But like I will add to that, like maybe yes, there is a big difference because of the generation and the time they've been there and the time they have to build and strengthen and learn and unlearn white behavior, white capitalistic cis hetero behavior. Yes. So I guess with the years, it will happen here too. Like now we have, the vocabulary. Now we know, that's gatekeeping. You are behaving like a white capitalistic cis heterosexual person. Stop it. Yes. So but again, it comes with a lot of work. It comes with a lot of honesty. It kind of with a lot of stigmatization as well. Because when you start talking about this, they go, "Oh my God, you're so problematic." And I go I love it. But I have all the receipts. I've been doing all the research. I know how you apply for funding. I know how much money you have. So, ouch.
Oh,
Ouch.
So close to just talking a bit more freely.
No, but it is true. Like all the artists and all the los talleristas, which normally is like very precarious people like me, we know this. Because I want to get paid, so I need to do my research. So when I start doing workshops and when I start doing, I did face painting, I sell cake in the festivals, I clean the toilets, anything to pay the rent. Again, I was 10 years undocumented, 10 years. I'm a single mom. So I have to hustle every single pound. Leaflets on the street at 2 or 3 in the morning, 50 quid, yes. So I was very lucky and I met a lot of nice people and they told me straight away, look, this is like this. That people over there, that they always have the funding, they have money, don't let them rob you. Ni bien sean 20 pounds. Because it's still 20 pounds, I know it's nothing for some people, but for me, it's, even though 35 pounds, that's how mi mercado.
Yeah.
That's a week's worth at some points to some people
of compras.
Fucking food, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Food we need to be alive.
And now I'm in the position that I go if you're not gonna pay me, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm just not going. I know that you have money. Some of these festivals, they get 48K.
Damn.
And that's a lot of money. But then as well, we need to talk about transparency. That's the next step.
Yeah.
When and I invite you to different events and gatherings, there is another bit of the community that is doing this work, that is having this uncomfortable conversations for a very long time. So now let's say we do a community festival. They go okay, we're going to charge this money. We have this money is going to go here. I'm paying the artist this money. This is much the food. We have all this money. And now this is the money for the community because it was a community event. So this money is going to go towards this, or this is going to go to do next festival. So transparency in these things are very important. But obviously there is no transparency because it's a business, a white man business. And what they do, white people, white man business, just explode migrants, people of color, and artists, and people that is in precarious situations.
Well, I'm going to just say it. I mean, I've worked with a company that sounded a bit familiar to that. That's the situation that I was speaking about in episode, was it 2?
No,
it was episode 1 or 3. It was the Candela thing. That whole thing for speaking out. Episode 4, whatever. Anyways, find the reference. It's right here. Ding. But yeah, no, it's I'm just going to come out and say it's really okay to talk about the situations that we face within our community, regardless of who it really is. I know it's someone of power. They currently, have this deal. It's Jose Luis and Luch.
Damn.
But I'm name dropping, but it's just you have to come like historically correct. You know what I mean? We had an incident and I expressed it, and this is just a fine example of what you are literally expressing, where it's like they've learned ways of how to do business. How do you say this word again? Is it capital? What was it?
Capitalist hetero.
Because it was basically like a white man's basically, they've copied that way of thinking because that basically tarnishes a community.
Yeah,
in
and
a
they
sense.
like these people like learn how to apply. There is a certain vocabulary that you need to use to do these applications. It's not that simple. It's not like, yeah, a community, money, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It's like a certain way that you need to fill up these forms, a certain way that you need to talk. Like there is people that you can hire people to do these funding applications. It's a whole thing. It's a lot of money. But you know, this is public knowledge. You can just go to like, I don't know, like normally what I do when I do work is like, okay, this festival or this thing in this museum, whatever, like, do you have any funding? Oh, yes. Yeah. Normally, the people that I hang and the people that I work with, they go like, yeah, we have money, we have this. But some of the people, they don't do that. There is not that transparency. But it's very easy. You just, ask what's the funding, or you normally, the logo is there. You Google the logo, you go, and it's public information. You can just find the name, the person who applies, when applies, the date, and that's it. And then you can actually go and dig 5 years of applications. 5 years. And then you will see as well, shocking things, that there is a lot of like people that is doing like festivals and carnival, and there are English people
Yeah.
that they apply and they get like tons of money, and then they don't want to pay the Latin American artists, or they just like crumbles. And where is all that money?
Where's the money?
Yeah, you're not even Latin American. So for me, it's just very important when I invite people, when I, like, when I go, oh, I'm going to go to this gig, I ask, who is producing this? Who is the owner of this bar? Where the money is going to go? Who is this artist? Like, who is the curator? I'm going to a Latino event, everything needs to be Latino. I'm sorry, DJ, like putting some reggaeton and some white dude for Spain, bro, no. Not today. So I go, like, I'm not going to go to that party. I'm not going to put my money in there. Like, what? No.
I hear you. No, I agree. I'm 100% with what she's saying.
Bro, it's like when I was in Ecuador and I was ordering Chinese food and I saw un Ecuatoriano making it and I thought, what the fuck? Bro, for real. I thought, it's not, you're fake. That guy's like, mijito, ¿quieres más? Which I like,
Arroz chino.
yeah, I'm like, no, bro, where's the guy?
All right, we got 5 minutes
Okay,
left.
cool.
But boy, oh my God.
No, that's true.
This episode has been such an eye-opener. Ojalá que han escuchado, han entendido. Repítelo y rewind. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Entonces, wow. I mean, I'm a bit speechless right now because I've just been...
I just want to take this time to personally say thank you so much for taking time out of your lovely day to just come and have this lovely chat with us. It really means a lot to Juan and I. And just thank you for being so open. I feel like not only us as a trio have learned a lot about each other, but I feel like everybody who's also taken time out of their day to watch the podcast has learned a lot. And you've put everything into perspective so nicely, and I just want to say thank you again.
Thank you.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. We met in social media, and a lot of people has a lot of like negative thing about social media, but for me they've been always beautiful experiences like today. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful that I'm here, and as well for all your work and your energy and your time and this freshness. This freshness that the Latin American community needs as well. Because I'm an auntie, I'm a señora, I'm 45, and I don't have this energy anymore. Normally I'm in my bed, and I don't have the energy for these battles, for this uncomfortable conversation. So I'm very grateful that you do it, and you taking the time, and you taking those bullets. Thank you.
Yeah. Joking. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Anything you want to say, my brother?
Message! That's all I gotta say.
Message.
Yeah, it's a reference to, you know what reference.
You know.
If you're black, if you were raised with kind of black comedy, you'll know where that's from. But it's essentially the same kind of woke statement from a Wayland's Brother movie, Don't Be a Menace, where whenever, you know how it is, they're a prime example, hip hop. they're a good example. They're showing comedy. They're supporting themselves. You know how the rise of hip hop and it was like comedy, the culture, the oppression of black. It's all of that because they're singing about it and they're making movies about it, making jokes about it because it's all the message behind of empowerment. You get it. You get the idea, and that's why the butt of the joke is whenever in that movie it's a comedy. Whenever the deep message was actually said, they shout out message because it's like you're supposed to fucking listen.
Damn.
Get out of the system and actually do this thing that we need to do to empower our people so we can be above this whole bullshit that we've been basically involved in. It's the Matrix. Straight up, bro. It's the way the system fucking works. Straight up.
A message. And one more time.
Mensaje.
Mensaje.
There you, that's what you
And
get.
it's-
You get the
Yeah.
Spanish for Spanish.
One more,
version.
yes. One
But
more
yeah.
time, black people teaching us the good things to learn.
Yeah.
Literally, our neighbors. Our neighboring community right there. Shout out to the black community, though. Woo!
And shout out to the Latino community. And shout out to everybody. So
everyone who's here.
yeah, everybody. Yeah, exactly. Come on now, come on.
Y'all got like 6 people out here.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's a wrap. That is a wrap. Come on.
Yay, you did it. Ouchie.
No, that can't. No, okay. And another one.
No one getting a hat now.
Oh,
I'll tell you what.
That's it.
that's it.
What we'll do, I'm gonna get if you can't get the number because I don't even know. how
Wait,
many.
is that it?
Yeah, you can't.
No.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
Oh,
know she's
oh,
got it.
okay, cool.
All right. If no one can get the number, because I probably don't even know how many.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Too
But
many.
anyhow, I would say we're gonna pick a random comment out in the comment section, as long as the question is really good,
Yeah.
because I just need community engagement. That's the whole
Eso.
reason I need community engagement, and I'm just saying it out here playing in the bloody camera is like, get your asses off this one tap, like, share this shit, because the whole point we're even doing it is to us to grow and communicate together easier.
Literally.
So yeah, man, that's all I got to say. I'm signing out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. Honestly,
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, feel free to use the comment section below. This is where you have the opportunity to win something and actually engage with everything that we're doing and engaging with the culture. I love using that word because I'm actually starting to love that word. It's low key, high key, joking. Anyways, yes, my people, it's been a pleasure. Tune in for episode 9 whenever it comes out because I don't know yet. I don't want to make promises I can't keep. But yeah,
gosh.
cool. Peace. Woo! We did it.
that's a wrap.
You did it.
Wow.
That was cool.
Thank you, everyone. That was amazing. That
was
was
amazing.
probably the best episode we've ever
That was
done.
fucking sick.
Oh, cute.
Wow.
Fuma no más.
Chinga no más.
Toma no más.